Hello.
This is Super Orange Gamer, and you're listening to the MagCast, Episode 3, October 8th, 2012. Hey guys, welcome back to the MagCast with a brand new format. You don't see this, but I'm doing a thumbs up. It's really big, so it's big news. Today, we have a smaller crew with us to test this new format out because we think you guys are going to like it a lot better. So hopefully that's true. First with us, of course, we have the site head, Ixion.
Hello, everybody.
We have Lantis, the Let's Race guru.
Hi.
And Saltabot, the awesome tech guy and new second in command, I guess.
Hello.
And I'm Super Orange Gamer. I forgot to introduce myself in the last episode, and I'm sorry about that.
I was talking to a
tell
stranger
who I
all
am.
day.
I know! Who was I? I didn't even know. But to kick off this new thing, I've just been playing some Borderlands 2 and some WoW. What have you guys been doing?
Borderlands 2.
Oh yeah, I've been
Borderlands.
busy in a lot of real life, but gaming wise, Borderlands 2,
Oh,
Borderlands.
and a lot of
2.
random streams. I've been streaming random games every single night.
Good.
But that's good stuff. It's good
So
stuff.
you guys
I
check that out.
actually need the level. Yeah, his thing is TwitchTV/InsultObot. There's always something interesting going on that channel at night.
Typically, it's Dual Pro saying, "Hey, play this game," and me going, "Oh God, why?"
Yeah, it's like Dual Pro Trolls.
Yeah,
Let's Plays.
it really is lately.
But yeah, it's looking good. You're going to have something new to play on there, though. We have all these new releases coming out, like Retro City Rampage missed its release date of May, which hasn't that game supposed to have
It
come
was
out
supposed
like
to
a
come
year
out
ago?
in 2010, in 2008.
Oh my God.
It's missed
Yes.
so many release dates, but finally he's like, firm date, May.
Well,
It's gonna happen.
The reason why is that this game's been evolving greatly. Like, when it originally
Yes.
was conceptualized and started working on, it actually didn't have video game references in it. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. I thought it always did.
Well, it
Yeah,
wasn't originally called Retro
every time
City
it's delayed,
Rampage.
he adds content.
Yeah. I'll see if I can't find out what it was originally called.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was originally called. I knew it was originally a Wii exclusive.
Right.
You know that.
And then he
But
started
now it's
opening
coming
up
out.
and getting more and more work done. And a lot of the more recent delays have been due to Microsoft not giving him a date slot. Because
gosh,
Microsoft
they're so
decides
bad
the
about
release
that.
slots
Wow.
on their system. They have a stranglehold on that. So
Yeah, for their arcade titles.
yeah, they are very strict about that.
Yeah, so it's only coming out on PS3, Vita, and PC on October 9th, and
Right.
Xbox is still giving them a hard time, or Microsoft.
Which is
Whichever way
actually
you wish to
tomorrow.
choose. Yeah, it's kind of fast.
Yeah,
I gotta say.
it came out of nowhere. It's supposed to come out in May. No
It's
one knows
actually-
anything. And then just a couple days ago, they're like, "Oh, by the way, this Tuesday."
Yeah, this Tuesday.
Really?
I don't know what I would get on maybe Vita, because it's been so long, and now I kind of
Yeah.
want to see what it's all about and actually play it.
Yeah, and what's really wonderful is if you get it for the Vita or the PlayStation 3, just getting it on PSN, it's $15, and not only does it have crossplay, but you get a copy for it on both systems.
That felt like a
15
really
bucks.
good deal. Really
Yeah.
good
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking
Well,
about doing, definitely.
And
Yeah.
what you can do with that second copy is give it to a buddy, and y'all can play together.
Quite possibly. I think though on the
Hey,
Vita,
guy.
they're really good about locking it in, so you'd have to sign in as your buddy. They're pretty good at locking stuff in on the Vita
it's
and
not like the
PS3.
PSP and on the PSN it's not that secure. Like my friend gave me his account and
Yeah.
you can totally use that to play their games.
Well, that's one way to do it. Another way
To be
though is on
cheap.
PC. If you get it on PC,
Yeah.
if you can buy it on Steam or Good Old Games right now, or not right now, tomorrow, and it's going to be $15. Or you could go
Yep.
to the guy's website. I don't know what it is. It's an easy search. Retro City Rampage. And if you buy
It's
it directly
big.
from him for the same price, you get a
And you get
DRM-free
that
version of
Steam.
it and a redemption code for your choice of Steam or Good Old Games. And that one you can actually gift to a buddy.
Okay.
You could get 2
Nice.
DRM free games.
DRM
because of
free.
GOG.
Like,
Yeah.
that's really good right there.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to Retro City Rampage. It's like an homage to everything that I grew up with. I'm
It
excited.
looks like Grand Theft Auto 1, which I played the heck out of before Grand Theft Auto was super popular with 3.
Funny thing
Yeah.
I gotta
about
say.
Grand Theft Auto, the first... Alright, so Grand Theft Auto 3, each of the cities were the first 3 Grand Theft Auto games.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which is awesome.
I didn't know that.
Yeah?
I didn't. Well, I didn't think
Pretty
about
cool.
it.
Got that
But
top-down
makes sense.
view. Do you get followers in Retro City Rampage?
Honestly, I
Anybody
don't
know?
know.
I hope you do. That'd be great.
That'd be really cool.
I need some
I bet there's
goons.
an escort mission or two, and maybe they'll have a gun.
All right.
Great.
Well, howdy do.
Yeah.
So after that kind of stuff, though, like, I'm kind of surprised Nintendo is even picking that up. I was back when it was supposed to be a Wii
Yeah.
exclusive, but I guess that just makes sense now.
Yeah.
Honestly, they're growing up. They're growing up. Claps.
Claps.
Yeah.
I just clapped for Nintendo. I didn't clap for myself. There's a big difference, okay? I'm not clapping about this, though. There's another Circle Pad add-on.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah,
for
I
the
mean,
I heard
3DS
about that.
XL.
What do you mean, another one?
Yes, because the 3DS XL is bigger.
Wait.
Now I can make it even bigger.
So let me get this right. Original 3DS came with only one Circle Pad, and then a Circle Pad add-on was created for it.
Yes.
For, like, Resident Evil Revelations.
I think the
Revelations,
game that
Coffee
really
Olay
pushed
Zombies.
it was the Monster Hunter game. Because it actually,
Yeah.
I think if you bought the Monster Hunter game, I think it came with a Circle Pad. But that's in
It
Japan,
that
not
Monster Hunter game never came out here.
You know,
Right.
And you can only get the Circle Pad at GameStop.
you know what I really love about portable gaming systems?
here. Yeah.
Making
What's
them
that?
bigger than a center block.
You know what, though? I did
Yeah.
that. You remember the Game Boy, the original Game Boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's already pretty damn big. Then there was that add-on that had 2 fold-out stereo speakers
I remember that.
and a
had
magnifying
that.
lens.
And the
that goes up
magnifying
and
lens
down.
that had bulbs in it.
Yes, it had light
Yes.
bulbs and a joypad and the 2 buttons. So, you know what? This isn't new for Nintendo to make an already
Fair enough.
big system bigger.
I want a surround sound Game Boy.
Oh, I
Yeah,
loved
8
it. My mono
chips.
sound out of stereo speakers. Woo, buddy.
Woo, doggy. Check out those LEDs, man. I ring them up myself.
So,
Yeah, that was me.
God.
I was so
That's
happy.
$20 for that huge thing. It's like a brick that you
Yeah.
insert under the 3DS. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
if anything, they should just say, you know what? If you buy a game like the Rock Band game on DS, you buy Rock Band on the DS, you get the Rock Band add-on. That's what they should do with it, and just see what happens. They shouldn't even bother individually because, I mean, really, there's no other games, just Monster Hunter. So what's the point?
Let's just call it a day. Let's just call it a day on that,
Why
on that
wasn't
front.
Why wasn't it just included on Monster Hunter?
Maybe,
Because we apparently don't get it.
yeah, whatever,
We
whatever.
don't
No,
get
we
the
don't.
complexities of PSO made needlessly hard. Go ahead, send your hate mail to the email at the end of the show because that's how I feel. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But we got some more 3DS news. We have a new RPG. We have Etrian Oddysee 4, I believe they're on now. First person 3D dungeon crawling RPG. I have one of the games that's in my backlog.
Oh.
Anyone else played them or?
I just
haven't-
don't like the first person type of dungeon crawler. I don't know
That's
what
fair.
it is. It's just it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel right.
I was really introduced to it back in the day, not that series, but the genre. And I like you, wasn't really into it. More recently, though, I've gotten Unchained Blades for the PSP,
Mm-hmm.
which is it's the same thing, you know. and I fell in love with it immediately. So I really am looking forward to this game, even though I don't even own a 3DS. So we'll just wait and see what happens with the console. Maybe some more games along these lines will come out, and I'll get one up. I'll pick up a 3DS. That's a game that if I get a 3DS will be in my top 10 reasons to get.
Yeah, I actually got
really
a
nice.
3DS fairly early on. There was a Zelda edition that came with the Ocarina of Time remastered edition.
Place palm here. I have that too.
Oh, but the thing was, I got it on Black Friday, or my wife did since she works at GameStop, and just told her to save one and bring it home.
Just take it out of the back room.
If you traded in your old DS, which I had 2 of them, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
I got the 3DS and Ocarina of Time for $129, and I'm like, you know what? I'm okay with that.
Actually, yeah.
I'm all right with this.
That was a
That
pretty
sounds
good
good.
deal.
Yeah. So the only 4 games I've got for the system are half of them are 64 remakes. Ocarina of Time and Star
and everyone's
Fox.
worried about the Vita being a port machine, and
Whatever.
that's the reason you
I
got
have
the 3DS,
nothing wrong
huh?
with the port machine. I have a problem with no games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still
That's my
waiting
problem.
for Fire Emblem to drop on 3DS. Oh, baby, I am gonna knock that out.
Yes. But as
It's
much as we
definitely
whine
coming.
about, because we all whine about the handhelds missing the games and new systems not having games. But looking back, I mean, the Game Boy, since we already brought it up, it only shipped day 1 with 3 games, one of which was Tetris included in the console. 3
I know.
games at launch.
But
And-
they were-
but it did
they
have
were
Super
good
Mario
games.
Land.
Oh,
That's
by
true.
the way, I just thrown
Give you that.
this out there. I completely forgot to mention. When the 3DS released and the online store was opened, there were a few free games that you could download on that. One of which was Four Swords Adventure, which
I got
which
that.
you could not play originally unless you had people to play with. There was no way to play it single player. Like, not talking about the GameCube one, the GBA one. You couldn't play that.
That was my
actually.
question.
Yeah.
I didn't know which one.
Yeah. The GBA one you could not play by yourself. That was only playable through the linking. They actually made a version of the game that was playable one player and put that up on the store for free. So that was actually
Wonderful.
It was a really
Wow.
good token for
Not
the
only did
Zelda
they just
anniversary.
change, they actually, first of all, they brought a game out and gave it for free. But not only that, but they did work on it and still gave it for free.
So
That is wonderful.
Exactly.
So I've always I really
Earthbound.
shouldn't have bought a 3DS this soon, especially with the 3D slider pad that inevitably is going to come with them built in.
Yeah.
So that would probably be.
And now they're releasing special edition XLs too.
Yeah.
I hate my life.
It's already begun. I swear.
It started. But the eShop is really selling the 3DS to me this generation over last generation with the DS, because I don't even think the DSi has shop, but the 3DS eShop is going full steam now.
Yeah.
Not like Steam, obviously.
Right.
But you can't, they have allowed it to patch games already, which is really cool. They patched Mario Kart, which I've never seen them do before with one of their titles, really. And we're getting a lot more Japanese exclusives through the eShop, and Level 5 recently has revealed what's in the black box, which is a whole teaser site,
Right,
thing.
yeah.
And it's this game called Guild 01 that's an actual 3DS cart in Japan, and now it's coming to our eShop as 3 separate games that are in that game, which I
Very
think is
cool.
cool. We have Liberation Maiden by Suda51, which is a shooter. Aeroporter, I have no idea what's going on. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That hasn't been on my pulse, my little info tab. Crimson Shroud is the one I'm most excited about, by Yasumi Matsuno. Oh, Matsuno. Oh my gosh. I fail. Take Japanese in college and fail pronouncing. And that's interesting because it's called tabletop RPG genre.
Okay.
But yeah, what do you guys think? Suda fans, not Suda fans?
Here I am,
What's going
right
on
here. I love me some Suda.
I don't quite get it. I've tried playing Suda games before, and they just don't really. I like No More Heroes and whatever. I couldn't get into it, but I see the draw.
No More Heroes 2 is better.
Yeah,
Really?
but and so was that sequel to Odin Sphere, but screw that.
Odinsphere.
What sequel is that?
The one on the
Yeah, what
Wii,
is
the
that?
one where like you played it. I can't remember what it was. Masamune.
Oh no,
Muramasa?
that's not no way a sequel to that. This
Oh
is
yeah,
a
it's not a
different
It's
game.
just
sequel.
kind of a
It's just the
continuation of
next
the
game
genre.
that company made. I don't even remember who made Odin
That
Sphere.
was better. I actually beat
Fatless?
I beat Muramasa. Okay.
Well, then it probably
I didn't
wasn't
beat-
as hard.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't beat Odin Sphere because that game was boring
And hard.
I don't know what. So boring.
I love the art style, but I couldn't force myself to love the game.
Everybody else was in that same situation. The game
Yeah.
looked gorgeous. It got sold.
That's why I bought it.
Because it looked so good, but it just didn't
Yeah.
deliver in story or gameplay.
So,
yeah, but Muramasa much better. If you find it for cheap, then I say go ahead, at least try
Yeah,
it
I
out.
have it.
Because the gameplay is actually pretty good. Oh, you like the? I know you like swordplay because you're a DMC type guy.
A little bit.
So yeah, so that has a whole lot of
DMC
swordplay
guy.
in it too.
a little bit.
It's like $20 at Kmart bargain
Yeah.
bins if you can find it. Like Kmart is like a time capsule for games, and they're all in the bargain bin. It's amazing.
Wow.
But mentioning level 5, I am really interested with them simply because they've got a game, a traditional RPG coming out on PS3 called Ni no Kuni. If you haven't
Right.
seen
Yeah, and you can get a collector's edition. It's looking pretty swing.
And speaking of games that have wonderful art styles, the entire game was graphically designed by Studio Ghibli, which is the company that does all the anime movies that have been recently localized over the past few years, like Princess Mononoke, Howl's Moving Castle, Spirited Away, all
Kiki's
those.
Delivery Service.
Kiki's Delivery Service, Castle in the Sky. Just there's a lot of them, but they're all amazing. So this is going to be good.
I hope
Right.
so. I really do.
Now,
I think it is going to
I'm
be,
not an
though.
actual Suda fan, but I am interested in this entire concept of putting all these titles in a single delivery.
Yeah, that's never been done before.
I think this
Orange
is-
Box.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
Yeah, you
So
can get them
it's a good
separately if you're
introduction
not
because
interested
if
in one.
you're a Suda fan, which I don't call myself, but some people will buy this for Suda and then see these other things.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, that's on the eShop. Oh, I
Yeah.
friggin' love Vagrant Story. Give me Crimson
Oh,
Shroud,
gosh.
because that's pretty much what Vagrant Story is tabletop RPG and
Oh gosh. Well,
Action.
Vagrant Story had a lot of like timed hits that are, that's not really in a lot of tabletop.
yeah.
Like there's
Right.
no QTEs in tabletop.
Come on. You should make some. I mean, I don't play tabletop. If I do, I'm gonna run that thing like a
That's what
McDonald's
you need to do.
franchise serving spaghetti.
So you want to swing at this goblin? All right, play slap hands with me. If you miss, then you
Exactly. That's how I'm gonna run my
if you
games.
miss, then you miss the
Wow.
hit. You don't have to
I'm
roll
gonna
for it
cheat.
anymore.
And I just pull out a hammer and beat their hand in. God.
Uh,
I'm sorry.
no,
I'm just picturing
it's
it.
funny.
D20? You rolled 20s? Yeah. Play slap hands.
Slap hands.
What? I did 40 damage. There was a chance it could backfire. My hand is broken. Oh, man. But yeah, the next piece of news is that Windows 8 is launching this month? No!
Boo!
Yeah, the 26th.
Oh, God. I should have
All
gotten
right,
another
so
computer
I
quicker.
got the release candidate the week it was open for grabs, right? I had a
Mhm.
spare hard drive just laying around that I threw in my computer, formatted it up with the release candidate, and messed around with Windows 8 for as much as I could stomach it, which was about maybe a week and a half before I was like, this is awful.
Well, it is meant for a tablet experience. That's what they're doing this for, because tablets are huge. That's why they're doing it. But what's really interesting though is with it comes they're totally discontinuing the Zune music service.
What?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Completely discontinued.
What?
And in its place, I mean, people have stopped using Zune forever. I honestly bought a Zune.
I had one before.
I still
pawned
have
it.
mine. I have not used it in a couple of years. But anyway, so what they're replacing it with is interesting. It's the Xbox Music service, because the Xbox name is so huge. They thought, why not?
Will this be on Android and other smart devices? Obviously, probably not iOS, but
that actually is an interesting point, and I'll get to that in just a moment.
Okay.
But right now, what's going to happen is you're going to have your Xbox Music app, obviously on the Xbox, and the Zune app is going to disappear, and it will have a subscription plan, much like Zune did, and according to an alpha screenshot of the service, it will be $10 a month or it'll be $100 annually, both giving you unlimited use. That means downloads and streams and all that stuff. And there's also talk of a radio service like Last FM. It's going to be commercially free, so there's going to be commercials running during it. And the part that gets back to whether or not it could be on Android comes to the fact that it's very possible Microsoft is going to purchase RDIO, RDIO.com. It has only been around for 2 years. It is a free ad-supported music streaming service, and that's very likely going to be the source of their radio streaming service. So they for 2 years they've only been out. They already have over 18 million tracks. It already runs on all platforms, so that's where it becomes interesting. If it'll run on your iPhone, if it'll run on your Android, because Windows obviously has Windows Phone 8.
Mm-hmm.
So RDIO, I'm assuming that's how to say it because it's radio without an A. They were founded by the founding members of Skype. Skype was purchased by Microsoft, and Skype and the founders in Microsoft are on good terms still. And Skype is a heavy investor in RDIO.
There you go.
So it's very possible that they already have a deal behind closed doors, and they're just waiting to run the paperwork so that it doesn't hit the street yet. And even further,
I didn't even know they own Skype.
RDIO is working on video, which is just V without, video. Anyway. So, and that could be the rumored Xbox video service, which is also going to be replacing the Zune video service. So it all kind of fits, So the real interesting thing is if it will work on your iPhone, because RDIO already does.
I don't know. I can see iTunes feeling pretty threatened by that, and Apple, and being like, "That's just not for us."
Hardly. Right. I mean, Apple.
Yeah.
Apple is music. iTunes is music for a lot of people.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that don't understand you can buy music aside from iTunes.
Right. I just bought an album off Amazon, but it puts it in iTunes, which is nice. Because I have a Mac that I put all my music on, but
sure.
I don't buy from iTunes because they kind of have limiting transferabilities. You can only re-download so
That's
many
an
times.
understatement.
Look,
you don't actually own your music from iTunes.
Amazon's much better.
If I buy something, I want to put it on everything I have. I want to make CDs. I want to put it on DVDs. I'll put it on VHS if I want to. Okay?
Exactly.
You're not going to tell me what it is. Well, I can do
make
that.
a DVD
Half the viewers
AV.
just went, "What's VHS?"
VHS? Look,
I'll put it on
kids,
cassette tape
kids,
and vinyl.
VHS came out before DVD. Well, what's a DVD?
No, they should at least know what a DVD is.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Inexcusable. Disappointed! If they don't.
Oh, man.
I love that meme.
Yeah.
That one didn't get enough attention.
It really didn't.
I'm sorry,
But
that
honestly,
VHS thing.
and this is going to go a little off topic, but I honestly think that there's just... What happened... What was so bad about consoles, just playing video games,
Yeah.
You're living in the past, man.
Yeah, I am living in the past. I grew up on the
ruined the
freaking
console.
NES, and my original console was a Atari 2600 NES and SNES. There was no freaking online. You didn't patch a game after it was released. You didn't download
made it
video and audio services. There were no advertisements.
Back in my day,
Yeah.
we blew in the cart till
I
it
have
worked.
a lot of conflicting opinions. Right?
Yeah.
I actually have a lot of conflicting opinions on that, and I'm going to save it for next week's episode when we deal with digital distribution.
All right.
I think that's
Because
a
I think it
fair
would fit
point
very
with
well
the
with that.
streamlining.
Cool. All right. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay,
But,
so... Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
That's it. You're out.
Oh,
Go.
Get out. You're done.
You're out.
I'm sorry, but one of our viewers or listeners has a question.
Okay.
Would you like to read it
No, that's
for
your
the
job.
class? No, it's your job. Your head site.
Okay.
It's on the site.
Okay.
It's trying to be nice.
So Dragon mentioned he was like, so Mario Kart 3DS got patched.
In what
Okay.
way? Like,
Yeah.
as long as you got your 3DS connected to the internet,
Yeah.
it'll when you load up the game, it should notice that there's a update for it, because I'm assuming whenever the game boots, it pings the internet if it's available, and will be like,
Right.
hey, there's a new patch. Installs the patch, and
Yeah,
then the
it
game
does.
boots.
It's optional on the eStore. And as for what it was for, it was to stop those stupid, dirty, cheating Europeans on Mario Kart, which I can attest to.
Wow, so many
Personally.
adjectives.
Dirty freaking cheaters.
Unpack
Yes.
my adjectives.
Lay them on the floor.
Uh,
I don't really feel that way, but stop cheating, Europe. I do
Right.
feel that way. Coming for you.
Yeah, but snaking is not a big deal. It's how you play the
Oh,
game.
wow.
Snaking is a strategy.
whatever. Snaking is not a strategy, and I'm moving to the next piece of news because I'm mean. Because it's awesome news.
It is.
Because Oddworld Stranger's Wrath.
All right.
Announced for the Vita.
Who here grew up with a PlayStation and played freaking Abe's Oddysee?
Well,
didn't.
that's this is Stranger's Wrath. Stranger's Wrath was on the Xbox.
Right.
Yeah, that's a
So,
different one. That's not
yeah.
the remake.
Stranger's Wrath
Remake.
was announced for the Vita before the handheld shipped. Like when the Vita was announced, this was supposed to be a launch game. It missed its release window big time. It's actually on PC now. You could go to Just Add Water's website. I think it's JW or JAWLTD.com. I believe that's their website, and you could download it right there for PC. It's been out for PC for a long time.
That's
but it's-
nice. I think I'll have to do
Yeah.
that.
Now,
But
how
it's
does it?
finally coming out on the Vita in November. So I personally don't have a Vita yet. I plan on getting one,
Me too.
and I love
I
Stranger's Wrath.
do. It was
But can you
unfairly
imagine playing
gotten.
that on the go? Like just like play, not necessarily on the go, but play for a little bit. Because that's how I play now. I play in spurts of an hour, maybe 2 hours,
Well,
and move
I'm
on
not
to
even
another
sure.
game.
Oddworld-
And I like
Oddworld's
that.
really conducive to that, because you know how it's kind of segregated into like kind of levels.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So yeah, you could completely
So
do
I'm,
that.
I'm looking forward to Stranger's Wrath coming out on the Vita, even though I don't yet own a Vita.
That's awesome.
You know, I never played the Oddworld series, but I saw a lot of it in. I used to get PlayStation magazines, so I used to see like all the spreads and stuff. I was like, that
Right.
game is pretty interesting.
Yeah, I
but
saw
at the same
that part.
time, I was really big into RPGs, so whenever I got
Mhm.
money, it was going to an RPG.
Yeah.
yeah,
yes,
I'm the
yes.
same. That's why I haven't played them yet.
They're
I'm sad at
great,
myself.
like platformer puzzlers, like really cool.
Yeah.
And you know, I didn't have a job, so you know,
Yeah.
you had to pick and choose.
The first time I played
Exactly.
an Oddworld game was because of PlayStation Magazine, like you said, because those wonderful demos, the demo discs. I got to play. It might have been actually PlayStation Underground. I don't remember which.
That would have probably been PlayStation
But,
Underground together.
yeah. I got to play Oddworld Abe's Oddysee because of that demo disc, whichever one it was. And
Oh,
Oh
I fell
man,
in
those
love.
were awesome.
oh,
The
yeah.
Underground.
So
You're
I was saving my
hardcore.
money. Like my mom would give me lunch money or something anytime I got money, because this was early on in life.
Right.
So-
and that magazine was super expensive that had Underground.
So I was saving
whoa.
my pennies, man. I was saving them. And by the time I had enough to buy Abe's Oddysee, Abe's Exodus came out. So that's the one I played first. And I went back to Odyssey but never completed it.
Oh,
with the
really?
release
So
of
this is
new
good for
Odyssey,
you.
I'm actually going to play it. I'm going to complete it. I'm looking forward to it. It's almost going to be blind.
So you can finish like the HD remake and see it
Yeah.
like upgraded.
And I'm so excited. You have no idea how excited I am to do that.
I'm excited
Will
for
you be
That's
streaming
going to be
this?
good.
Yeah.
You should stream
I don't
this
know.
for
Absolutely, I will.
That
the
I'm
channel.
going to be streaming that when it comes out. 100% for sure. Beginning to end.
100%. There you go. If you want to
Yeah.
see a stream of that game, Insultabot has got you covered.
You got it. So, and the name. I love the name. And how great of them to let the fans make the name. I submitted a name. It
What'd you
was
submit?
Rapture Farms, which is
That's
actually
awesome.
that Rapture Farms is the name of my farm in Harvest Moon.
Do
So
you
I was
like Blondie as well?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you like Blondie as well?
I do.
Rapture? I'm sorry. That was so... Okay, I'm sorry, kids. That's from the 80s.
Yeah.
Insultabot, would you kindly grow me some crops?
You got it.
Can you grow me some craps?
But so the fans decided on new and tasty. Because it's a new release and it's tasty because if you know anything about the Oddworld series, it's Soylent Green, basically. They're eating people.
Mm-hmm.
My God, I don't know anything about the series.
The
This is
Mudokons
like,
are actually
wow.
the food.
Yep.
And the
Oh,
Mudokons
God.
are slaves and you have to free the slaves. And they blind the slaves, that way they don't know what they're actually working on.
Actually, that was always a little messed up. Like, if you look, their
Yeah.
eyes are sewn shut. They're not just blind.
Oh, God.
Their eyes are sewn shut with, like, thread and needle.
I never really
thing?
looked that
It's
hard.
a little dark.
Yeah, because your eyes are sewed together.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
God. No! No, but I seriously think I'll get it because I missed out on it. Like, I saw it at Half Price Books, but I'm like, I'll probably suck at this game. It was $5, and I still
Yeah.
didn't
Oh,
get it.
it's really, like, while it is a little difficult at places, especially your first time through, it's really forgiving. There's not, like, set lives and then you game over. It's kind of a checkpoint kind of thing.
Also,
Yeah.
there's no lives? You can't game over at all?
Well,
Like,
some of the
you're-
stuff was really kind of, like, Twitch reflex, kind of, like, you would have to
oh.
trick a guard into looking a certain way, and you have to run past him, jump up on a ledge, all the while he's turning around and cocking his gun and getting ready to shoot. By the
Oh my
time you
God.
pull yourself up, he's just like, and you're like, oh boy. So,
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Nice.
And actually, I think it's wonderful that they nailed the graphics of this. I saw the trailer. The trailer is an alpha build, and the graphics, not only are they completely HD, redone, brand new game, right? It's not just they got the textures and made them pretty. No, they redid it.
Man,
Yeah,
I'm always
that's more
glad
than most
new
companies
HD,
do.
but-
You look at that, and in an instant, you know what game this is.
Absolutely.
In an instant.
and it looks so good. It's so, well, the thing is,
Yeah.
the original Abe's Oddysee was kind of designed to look like it was kind of 3D. You know, when it wasn't
Yes.
really
Yeah.
wasn't. Kind of like, you know, DKC, the Donkey Kong Country series, how it kind of
Yeah.
looks 3D, but really
2.5D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Right.
the fact that they made the game in 3D the way it is looks so similar to the
Yeah.
old style. It's just, they could not have graphically done
They
any
nailed
better.
it. You know, in fact, let's go ahead and share the trailer with our Twitch viewers and
Yeah.
see what they think.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
pretty nice.
Yeah, did you ever, like, play? You said you were, like, involved with the series even though you never owned it. Did you have, like, how much of it did you see?
I saw it in screenshots mostly, and I think I did
Yeah,
have
same here.
one of the demos from PlayStation Underground.
Mm-hmm.
was
Yeah,
such a
I
good
played a bit of
magazine.
that.
And this is wow.
It looks great, right?
Yeah.
I've already seen the trailer, and I just gotta say,
There's
I
one of
want
the
it.
guards.
I want
I
to
hate
day
those
one
guys
it.
so bad.
Yeah. And if he didn't take control of him, he just transferred his spirit and took control of the guy,
Right.
that guard would have started beating them and Dawkins, and if they beat them enough, they actually die.
Yeah, and it's
my
it's kind of a
gosh.
thing where you're supposed to try to rescue as many as possible. And by the way, when
okay.
you stop
Hostage
possessing them, they
situation.
explode.
Yes.
Oh, if the torment wasn't enough on them, there you go.
Hello.
Yeah, and right there they just showed
Hello.
the
Follow me.
speech interaction. There's actual you can talk to them. You have control over what you say and tell them what to do. You can tell these guys, hey, get busy and or look busy so
Get
the guards
busy.
don't kick
Well,
your ass.
and that's
they'll work.
And that's the only way they can do it. They've got to do what you say because
Yes.
they can't see. They don't know what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, you have eyes, they don't.
So, like, do the commands sound funny?
No, it's actual words. You can hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, Lantis was doing
Yeah, I was
it, and I
doing
was
little
like, oh, is it
words.
cute?
Yeah,
Abe's voice is funny.
it's great.
I was wondering if they talk like Stitch or something.
A little bit. A little bit. It's kind of Stitch-like.
Well, at least it's not
Now,
like
look
Jar
at how
Jar
great
Binks.
this looks, and this is pre-alpha footage.
Oh, this is
Man.
pre-alpha?
That's
Just
pre-alpha.
amazing.
Good gravy.
Going ham.
They're going ham.
So yeah, yeah. So that's
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
trailer.
I'm
excited.
For that.
Be
Like,
excited.
The last one I played was Munch's Oddysee, and while that
I was not a
wasn't
fan of that.
quite what I'd be looking for in an Oddworld game, I still enjoyed myself. So
Exactly. It's like some sequels aren't as good, but, well,
Yeah.
they're still there.
And then we have a chance to relive our childhood, like what they're giving us. I think it's
With
coming out in
half.
2013. That's just a guess. We'll see.
But,
I'm
yeah.
gonna have to get into it.
Yeah.
But is that... that's pretty much it on that game. I mean, just get it,
yeah,
I guess was the consensus at the very end of things.
especially if you kind of grew up around that time and if you played Oddworld at all, you need to support this.
Right.
And I missed it and I want to support it because I fully appreciate when companies re-release games that, were gems and not many people played. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo. Sorry.
luck to
Still
have it.
mad at them.
Yeah.
Love, hate. I know, I'm an Earthbound hipster. But anyways, we're on to our main news feature.
Oh boy.
Which is really interesting. So, the Maine State Senate Democrat candidate Colleen, I'm going to butcher this name, Lachowicz? Lashowicz?
I don't know either.
I'm going to go with Insultabot's pronunciation. I'm sorry if you're ever
It
listening
is
to this.
LACHOWICZ.
Yeah, please forgive me.
Lockowitz?
Lachowicz? That's what I was
Anyway.
thinking.
We don't know.
That's enough.
Let's move on.
Look,
Stop
let's just
butchering
call
this
her
poor
Colleen.
woman's
How about we
name.
Colleen.
Hello, Colleen.
Colleen, yeah.
Colleen, if I may call you that, is being attacked by Republicans for her online history, most notably for World of Warcraft, which is absolutely stupid
Satan's
that they're
game.
doing this. Satan's game! They quote posted comments where she says things such as, "So I'm a level 68 rogue girl. That means I stab things a lot. Who would have thought that a peace-loving social worker and Democrat would enjoy that?" Which was a joke, obviously.
And
Clearly.
and
She's
that's
not going to run
actually
around
kinda funny.
stabbing people.
Yeah.
And I support this, as I do play
What, stabbing
an
people?
orc girl shaman. We do not stab people. We slash at people and we hit them with blunt objects, but we're dual wielders. We're in the same trees. But the Republicans even created a smear website called colleensworld.com. Is that right, Insultabot?
Yeah, colleensworld.com.
And that's meant to shame her, correct?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
it
absolutely.
Is to,
All they do is quote everything that she has ever said that they thought is bad. And out of
Yeah.
context, some of them are pretty bad. But understanding that it's, first of all, the internet. I mean, come on. Second of all, understanding that she's playing a
politics.
video game and all that, Mainly their main argument is that she would rather live in her own little artificial world than deal with the real world. And that's just not true.
And that's bullcrap.
Yeah, because that's
Actually,
what all gamers
statistics
do.
are higher than ever with
Yeah.
MMORPG players. I know people who aren't gamers in any other regard and they play MMORPGs.
Yeah.
It's sky high.
Well, look,
More than likely, 1 in 4 people you know are probably playing one.
That's like getting onto someone for being on Facebook or,
Yeah, you can waste time on Facebook games all
like,
day, which is probably what the Republicans do.
Yeah, you know they do.
but it's like Dragon in the chat says that it's actually humanizing her because a lot of people do this stuff. I don't understand.
Yeah, they're going to vote for that.
I don't understand how this is a bad thing.
Can you
Just
imagine a lot of WoW players, that aren't involved with any kind of, legal stuff, and they'll find out, wow, this is a Democrat here. She plays WoW.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, my
Right.
partner is a lawyer and she plays WoW.
Awesome.
Why not?
Does she stab things? Oh, that's disgusting. Oh,
She actually is a goblin rogue.
okay.
Nice.
It's like a thing.
Wow, so there's even more of a connection for you.
Yes, there is, actually. I take this
Wow.
very personally
Would everybody
Yeah.
go
because
to
I support rogues.
everybody go to pomegranategamer.com and we're gonna show all the nasty
Show all
things
that
you said.
footage.
All the things
Show
you
her
said.
level 30 goblin and I would like to mention that for Colleen, she says she's a 68 orc rogue girl. The cap right now is level 90. She is capped for 3 expansions ago. So it's not like she's playing addictively.
Wait.
They can't even make that argument. Level 70 was the cap in like 2007, and she's below it.
Yeah.
I would just like to say that.
No, that's a
so
really
clearly
good
she's
point.
not no-lifing this. I
So
mean,
what
I've
the
no-lifed
crap?
things. Look at Star Ocean 2. I have no-lifed it. I've put
Oh, man.
I've put in all over 800 hours.
Oh, man.
I would say she's playing very casually, maybe
Yeah,
1
it's-
hour a day, if that,
It
because
seems that way.
she
and
isn't
it's
even
just-
past the first expansion.
It's just outrageous that the Republicans are doing this to her because
It's not to me, but
yeah. Well, I mean, like they're doing an online campaign to attack her. What's the point
course.
when the person has no online presence?
Yeah.
Her only presence outside of WoW is Facebook.
yeah. And she's not
And-
even poop sulking.
Yeah, there's nothing going on her Facebook page. Just a couple of things like hey, I went door to door and I pet some puppies. That was fun.
So,
She's just trying to get votes.
Yeah.
funny.
And she before this thing broke, actually the day that this story broke, which was I think 5 days ago now, she had 127 likes on her Facebook page. And yes, likes do not equate to votes, sure. And
But it's
the next
popularity.
day, it went to 766. Today, that has since
Where we
doubled.
at?
She has 1,400 plus likes.
She'll
And
have
for
another
people
one
not
after the show.
familiar with Facebook, she is or Facebook. A like is the same thing as a thumbs up on a YouTube video.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. Nothing
Then
important.
why is Facebook full of people whoring out things like the thumbs up or like this if you blah blah blah?
Yeah.
Like,
It's not even like that anymore, Lance. It's
Yeah.
like this or you wish your grandmother was dead.
Yeah, they get serious with it.
I'm kind of fed up with that, but that's an
Yeah.
entirely different
yeah,
topic.
I know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So on the legit side of Facebook, because there's a more legitimate angle to Facebook if you try to see
Exactly.
it.
A lot of
She
politicians
had no
use it.
online presence, and all of a sudden she does. The Republicans are doing her work for her.
Yeah, which that makes me happy on the inside.
I didn't even know who
Yeah.
she was.
No
Yeah,
one did, and now the
nobody
whole
knows.
world
I didn't.
does.
Now I know
Yeah.
who she is, and I like her.
Yeah, she's a
I'm
person.
for you. I'm for petting
Yeah.
puppies and World of Warcraft.
Absolutely.
There
Mrs.
you go.
Lutschik, I support you.
I'll support
No, it's
you.
Colleen.
What about Colleen
Yes, that's
L?
what I said.
Colleen L.
Yeah.
And her response was really, really, nice for what they have done. I think it's weird that I'm being targeted for playing online games. Apparently, I'm in good company since there are 183 million other Americans who also enjoy online games. Instead of talking about what they're doing for Maine people, they're making fun of me for playing video games.
Yep.
Bam.
That's a good response. She kept her cool, and she called them out for wasting their own time.
Yeah, basically. They didn't want to come up with any good policies of their own, and so a smear campaign was
So
made.
instead of saying,
They
hey,
bought
instead
a
of what
domain.
she wants to do, look what we want to do, they're saying they can't come up with any good ideas. So they're like, this person's stupid, point and laugh, and it's not working.
And she replied with something that could be punctuated with a picture of Trollface.
They will reply next week with, LOL, she can't even get to max cap in Warcraft. What can she do for the government? To flip-flop.
Yeah.
That's next week.
So even though I don't know her policies, I don't live in Maine, I can't vote for her. I wouldn't vote for her, but I would support her.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would definitely have to look at her policies.
Yeah.
And all, but at the same time.
So if anybody here lives in Maine listening to this, don't go out and vote for her just because you want to defend video games. Please, please, look at what they stand for. However, on a personal level, she has my support in this situation. Absolutely.
Right.
Actually, I did not vote last year at all because I didn't want any of the runners to be in the White House.
Roseanne.
And by last year, you mean previously.
Yeah, well, not last year. I meant last term. Yeah.
Last century, actually. During the Lincoln-Douglas debates.
Oh, Douglas.
Okay, I've lost everyone.
Yeah.
History.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Bring it back. Okay, so that's the end of the show. But let's open up the forum to whatever people in the chat want to say, Q&A. And we'll read it here and we'll answer questions. If there are no questions, I might do a jig.
Okay, actually,
I like the jig.
There was a question that we got
from Duel, wasn't there?
Yeah, he was asking what we think of Doom 3 BFG edition.
First off, does anybody know what BFG stands for?
Yes, I do. Is there any gamer alive that doesn't know what that means?
Probably not.
Big fine guns.
God.
Yeah, that's it.
Big friendly gun.
Big.
Yes.
So is this a recent release?
It's not out yet. So first of all, Doom 3
yet.
is old. Doom 3 came out on the PC and original Xbox ages ago.
Ages.
I loved it. It was great. I'm really looking forward to BFG edition. They've done some changes, one of which I have to highlight because everybody else is mentioning this too whenever I talk about this game to any of my friends. The flashlight is no longer an equipped item like weapons are, so now the flashlight is attached to your guns. That takes away from the spooky factor. I mean, I liked going in a dark corridor with my flashlight. Oh, there's enemies, switch to my gun, and only the flash from the muzzle is my light source.
Well, and honestly,
that was so exciting.
Yeah, well, and a lot of games do that, and it's always been effective. Like, in Half-Life, you have a flashlight, which it's not attached to your gun. You can use it anytime you want, but it only has battery life. It has battery life, and once it runs out, you have to leave it off, and it'll recharge, and then you can use it again. You know, using lighting in a manner like that actually adds a lot of tension to a game that's supposed to be scary. If you have light source there that's always there all the time, then there's not a lot.
Take away a lot of the tension.
It was terrible in Amnesia. I don't know if any of you guys played Amnesia, but you had a lamp that had oil in it, and when the oil ran out, if you didn't find any oil, you just didn't have any light. Period. And that was terrifying.
Yeah, that does sound. Yeah, that does sound a little intimidating. There, it's like I need the light, I need to use it, but I'm gonna run out.
You know,
that's scary.
Could it catch on fire?
I haven't played Doom since Doom 64.
Oh wow!
But the Doom series, something about that type of 3D makes my head hurt. It gives me a little motion sickness. But
the old school one does.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the other thing I wanted to mention is that Doom BFG Edition is the flagship game for this VR project called Oculus.
Oh yes.
So they're actually they're actually using that as the prototype for this new 3D VR technology.
Did you hear about how Doom got involved? this is a good story here. So the guy behind Doom, I feel bad for not remembering his name. He was just on some forums looking at, because he's a fan of 3D technologies and do-it-yourself hacks and stuff like that. So he's a fan of all this stuff, and he's just on the forums, looking around, and he's making his own stuff. People are making their own stuff. And this one guy made up a prototype of ski goggles and a couple of screens on the ski goggles, and that was your thing. And motion sensors are so cheap now because cell phones have motion sensors.
Right.
Every cell phone, they're so cheap now. You can buy those. So he put that on it, and he just put in all these wonderful things. And so this guy in charge of Doom, I apologize again.
John Carmack.
We'll call him Mr. Doom. Mr. Doom.
That's Carmack.
Yeah.
Mr. Doom.
Okay.
Mr. Doom, actually. That's his other name.
Yes.
I'm sorry,
He-
Carmack.
He got a hold of this guy that made the Oculus and said, "Hey, can you send me one of those prototypes?" Absolutely. So he got it going in a day. He had Doom running on it perfectly in 3D, full support for motion, turning your head and all that stuff. Amazing. He was such a fan, and he's so good at what he does. He got that game running that day.
That's amazing.
On that. And then I believe he's probably backing them either quietly or publicly. I didn't look into that because he wants the involvement.
There was actually
And-
a Kickstarter,
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I bet he's one of the major funders though.
It got
And-
like $2.6 million
Wow.
before it was over, I believe.
The only thing about Oculus that doesn't work is tilting the head to the side. It doesn't yet. It does, but people need to program in how to make that work in games. Tilt your head sideways and make the camera turn, and everything else still
So I could get even
works.
more motion sick.
So you mean like tilting
Yeah.
your head like if you were to like hold a phone to your ear without your hand?
Yes, exactly.
Right.
That's what I mean. I don't mean turning your
Right.
head. I don't mean that. So that is wonderful. And before we wrap up the BFG question, it includes Doom 1, Doom 2, Final Doom, Doom 3 Resurrection of Evil.
I guess it
Oh my
wasn't
goodness.
Final Doom.
$40 for all of that content. Yes, it'll be the 8th time I own Doom 1, but yes, I'm going to buy it.
I might get it. I played the N64 one and got majorly sick.
No, I
Yeah.
like those. I like that kind of old style. The last one I played that was like that was Mega Man 8-Bit Deathmatch. Play
Which also
that
gave me motion
game.
sickness.
That game is fantastic. But it's just a
So-
fan-made game. It's not like something you could purchase.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
but
So we have another question from the chat.
Right.
I'm sorry, Lantis.
No,
Do you want to finish
no,
up
no, no.
first?
I was actually just about to mention that. So
Oh,
that's,
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
we have one.
Hey, well, how dare
That's a
you
really
get
good
in his
one.
way of mentioning that?
Oh,
he had
that's
to
it. I
answer
gotta
that
get out.
question
I'm
from the chat.
gone.
I gotta go.
I'm gone. I'm out.
Don't cut me off. I gotta go. Spaghetti just flew out of my pockets. Does anyone feel overwhelmed with the amount of side quests in Elder Scrolls Skyrim?
Thank you. What a face.
Who here plays Skyrim?
Thank you.
I do not play Skyrim.
Ix?
I have not played Skyrim. The actual
I have.
first. No, wait. I think it was Elder Scrolls 5.
Yes.
That's Skyrim.
Yeah, that's it.
That also gave me motion sickness.
Oh, are
Are
you
you
talking
thinking
about
of 4?
Morrowind?
No, the
Oblivion?
one. No, Oblivion.
Oblivion.
That's number
That's
4.
4.
Yeah.
Okay,
so clearly.
that one. that one really made my head hurt. I was like, I
Okay,
can't stand it.
so you two don't have a lot to say here.
Well,
Faye?
I do have a
He has a lot to say.
Okay, yes you do. But about the direct answer.
okay.
Oh, directly? Okay, for me, since I actually have played it, I played more of other WRPGs, and I would argue that Borderlands is kind of similar, because you can just go off
I
on
totally
a
agree.
side quest tangent. You could go on like a marathon of them. Like,
Yeah.
that's why I'm not done with Borderlands 2 yet. I just go to a hub, and I get all the quests, but on Skyrim, sometimes I feel overwhelmed with the world map size, but I wouldn't trade that because I know that's a unique thing.
Yes.
And the side quest can just lead you into an entirely different direction than the story, and I think that's awesome. So you can replay it like a bajillion times.
Absolutely.
I
And
don't
plus
see-
the side quests, I personally play the game quite a bit. I'm about to hit 200 hours, and I
Good grief.
am not overwhelmed by side quests, and I love the size of the map because even though I've unlocked the whole map, I can walk around and instead of quick travel and be like, boom, a new dungeon. Yes. New side quests. Yes. There's always
Yeah.
content. So first of all, side quests are probably 80% of the game. Like the legit side quests. Then when you're done with every quest that is programmed in, every story mode quest, everything, when you're done with it all, the game never ends. The credits do not roll. Nothing changes except now there's non-stop randomly generated quests from NPCs. They're a little generic, and I've done many of them already, but I am not overwhelmed. I am so thankful for it. I love the game. I love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good idea to expand. Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I was saying that's a good idea to expand how long your game is. Just like after you beat it, make random fetch quests or whatever you're talking about.
Right.
But the whole problem I have with the entire genre of Western RPGs is that there's so little emphasis on the actual story, on what you're actually like involved in and doing. The character you create has no personality. You just go through a generic create a character thing, and if you're spending more time doing just randomly walking around and collecting quests and you actually progressing or playing the game, it's just, I found myself, the last one I played was Oblivion, and at one point I realized that I was, like 3 hours had gone by and all I did was just like walk around looting houses and
well, that might be your moral compass,
like
man.
I'm like, really? I've done literally nothing. I could have been doing anything.
Yeah.
And it's just like I can't play that type of game anymore. Like I want a narrative. I want, there to be some kind of line. The whole open like Grand Theft Auto world of RPGs is just so bland to me. I don't know.
I totally agree with you, and at the same time, I have to say this is a little odd. I loved Morrowind. I played Morrowind more than I've played Skyrim. I love Skyrim. Oblivion, I played for about 10 hours and set it on the shelf. I think I actually got rid of it recently. I don't care about Oblivion. It doesn't do anything for me. So that might be a little odd as far as a fan of the series that I am. Also, Borderlands. You have no character growth in Borderlands, and yet we all agree Borderlands is wonderful. It's less of a Western RPG than it is, or than the Skyrim series.
But you get to find out their backstories at least. Those are kind of predetermined. It's
and
linearity versus a clean
slate. And the user call-outs are nice. It gives them a bit of character. And the fact is, I don't have to play the game for 200 hours. Like, I've only put, maybe 20, 30 hours into it. I've already beaten the game.
Yeah. You should put 200 hours in.
Well, the thing about Skyrim, you can beat Skyrim in 20 hours. Absolutely.
But you won't get the main quest. Birth of the world. You won't be able to hug the world.
So,
I explored that.
Drame asked if it's even possible to finish all the quests in Elder Scrolls. All of the games up to Skyrim, yes. I think there are some that are you can do either or, you have to choose. And you miss out on them, so no, not really. But in Skyrim, it's especially no, because it randomly generates side quests once you've completed all the normal ones. So no, you can't.
And not necessarily once you completed them. Throughout the game, they're there. It's just there are ones programmed in that are more fulfilling. And then there's also ones that, are just random fetches and go here, clear this cave. It just keeps you playing, keeps you leveling up, stuff like that.
So we have one more question from Dual Pro, which is, what is the next game that you guys will buy?
Ooh, interesting.
No question mark.
Well, does Resident Evil 6 count, seeing as I recently bought it, but have yet to play it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I co-sign that because I bought it as well.
You guys co-sign alone.
On that game. The two games there are two games coming out in the near/far future that I'm really interested in, in, and they're not this year. It's a BioShock Infinite and a Blaze Blue Chrono Phantasma.
Hold on. You know what? I know you're gonna get Dead Space 3 with me.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about Dead Space 3.
There you go.
You know, the only
I already put it down, dog.
The only game that EA can make that I won't absolutely hate them for.
Curse you! I have to give you money for.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate the fact that I'm giving EA money for Dead Space, but I can't help it. That game series is so good. It is so good.
Fantastic. I don't even know which game I like more in that series. It's just, they're both good.
Yeah, and the fact that they're going to have, like,
Awesome.
Resident Evil 5 style co-op in Dead Space 3, it's
Right.
just, oh my gosh.
So
Dead Space 3 is looking good.
I'm a coward. Like, is Dead Space 3 more like a Resident Evil game or more like a first-person horror
Dead
game?
Space is like what Resident Evil used to be.
Or would
So
have
it's
been
like a
this
spiritual
generation.
successor.
It's
Yeah. Yeah, kinda. The thing is...
It's
good,
a really
though.
good game. It really is. I've only played it with a friend. Well, not with a friend, but he has it. I was at his house. He's like, hey, check this game out. And I fell in love with it. I have yet to own any of them. I need to fix that.
right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
actually,
need
same
to
here.
man
But
up and
that's
just
not going to be my
play.
next game purchase because I got to catch up first. My next
Yeah.
game purchase. I'm gonna drag this on for just a second.
No, you're fine. We're
immediately
taking one more after this.
is Retro City Rampage. That's one of the immediates.
Okay.
Then also, what just came out that's really interesting, I'm going to take a quick look at and decide. I haven't decided yet, is Sonic Adventure 2, which came out on XBLA today, and Nights into Dreams,
Yeah.
also XBLA today.
Right.
I'm going to look at
Those
those.
are both great
Night,
games.
Night in the Dreams. I
Definite
forgot about
buys.
that.
Yes, Nights into Dreams. Yes.
I saw that.
This came out today.
Was that the, wait. What might be...
It's a port.
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
It's the Sega Saturn, I believe, that got
Yeah.
prettied up.
Also,
Yeah.
So
on
anyway,
the PSN, I think there's a strategic RPG that's gonna be released. I just, my wife showed me a trailer of it just in passing. I need to look up some information on that before I actually bring it up in the
there's
podcast.
some good PSN games out. Now that
Yeah.
I'm a Plus member, I'll be hitting that up hard
Word.
and streaming too. So a little bit further into it. I'm sorry. I just have to say these games.
Yep, you're out.
Sim
Get out.
City. Sim City, guys. Oh my goodness, Sim City. Looking so good. I can't wait.
It does
Sim
look fantastic.
City.
I haven't
Yeah.
played.
Yeah.
I haven't played since SimCity 2000. No, wait, no. What was it? 3000, I think.
SimCity 2000, 3000, and now there's another one. Sorry, I missed one. And now 5, which is just SimCity.
I have
so.
just as much
Just
fun
SimCity.
playing SimCity as I do building a castle out of a deck of cards.
Yeah. I can see that if you really enjoy building castles out of deck of
I
cards.
don't.
Oh, okay. I'm
gosh.
confused.
I have the stupidest next game I'm gonna actually buy with money. I'm actually gonna follow the rules. I'm gonna be buying, and I'm gonna plug this because there's not enough people. On October 11th, Mario Golf GBC is coming to the eShop, and I'm buying that.
Nice.
Cool.
And because, yes.
Very nice.
And basically, I'm also getting, well, I already got Pokemon Black 2. So I have that. And then after that, I don't even know. Like,
Oh wow!
Oh,
the
Lord.
first,
Let's-
the first.
Another
Persona
quick plug.
4
Yeah.
probably.
Gateways on Xbox Live indie games. Great. It's like Portal. It's a retro Portal basically. Looks really good. I just bought it last night. I streamed it for a little bit. I'm gonna be starting a new game and streaming that completely. I'm not trying to plug myself, but I am doing it.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, you should plug
I
yourself.
agree.
So-
by all means.
Gateways.
sounded
It looks
so
good.
wrong.
It's on Xbox Live Indie Arcade for $1, and you can buy it from him directly for $5. He gets all $5 instead of Microsoft getting 70 cents, and he gets 10.
Yeah. We have a last question, and I think this is just for Lantis.
Uh-oh.
From Shadowfox. Lantis, can you tell us how you really, really feel about Halo?
Ugh. Oh. Well,
All right, so that'll do it for us today.
Later, guys.
Come on, gotta.
I'm done. Bye.
You're
I'm
out!
gone.
So
You
long,
answer
it.
Halo.
Or you're out. You'll see previous results of that.
That was great.
What's so wrong with Halo, Lantis? What's wrong,
I
buddy?
have a really
Come on, buddy.
I have a really, I'm trying to be as careful about my words as possible. I don't really like first-person shooters anymore. I think the entire genre is completely washed out, and unless you're doing something incredibly different with the genre, like Portal did, like
Borderlands
or
2?
Quantum Conundrum, or Borderlands 2. I wouldn't even call that a first-person shooter. That's kind of a
It's an FPS RPG.
Yeah, I mean, that's
I'll
something.
say that 3 times fast.
Even
I know.
Left 4 Dead does something interesting with the whole team effort is
Kills
required, and if you go alone, you're absolutely dead. You have absolutely no chance by yourself. That whole kind of thing, like Halo, Call of Duty, Battlefield, or just all these freaking first-person shooters out there that are nothing but a crappy single-player campaign and just online multiplayer. That I'm sick of it. It's just, and especially.
I can get why people like it, but yeah.
Well, look, it's at least better than Borderlands without its rich online multiplayer experience.
That's like putting bamboo shoots under my fingernails. It's just that there's a guy online that wrote an article bashing Borderlands 2, saying it's lacking a rich online experience like Call of Duty.
Because you can't play
wasn't
16-player
called
deathmatch.
Names enough, I feel, and I want to take this game back. And I also told some kid that was going to go screw his mom.
Nobody threatens to hack my account, so I don't like this game.
Yeah,
seriously.
I didn't have a 12-year-old, cuss out my grandmother,
Yeah, I really needed the full experience.
And we didn't hear any racial epithets in it, so...
Yeah, that's common, too.
And I'll add it to the show notes in the description of the video, but there is a PSN exclusive, a PlayStation 3 exclusive first-person shooter that is amazing, unique, and I think you're going to love it.
What is it?
Unfinished Swan?
For one,
I
yes,
can't
absolutely.
tell if you're being
Swan.
facetious or if you're being serious.
Oh, no, I'm being perfectly serious and genuine here. There's Unfinished Swan, for one. There's another one.
Technically, it's FPS with paint.
Yeah, but I'll add it in.
We'll get that next week.
Yeah, I'll add it into the show notes. It'll be worth it.
Yeah,
just a couple of links.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
also it goes without. Oh, go ahead, Lance.
Just want to throw this out there real quick because this is actually new. For people who like old style gaming, I just mentioned that PSN there was a strategic RPG. Then that just made me think of this real quick. If you're a big fan of Lufia, Taito actually in Japan made a game a long time ago that never made it over here on SNES called Energy Breaker.
Oh, that's a great mention.
Energy Breaker was recently patched. English patches out, and you can go download it as long as you got a copy of the Japanese ROM, you got the Lunar IPS program, and the patch. You can patch the ROM, and you can finally play that game.
Yep.
And I've been playing through it.
It looks great.
And it's awesome. It's.
You're not the only person playing through it right now.
Actually, Mayokai is playing through it.
You can check out his channel. I believe it's Factness at YouTube.
We'll put a description in below.
We'll link to his channel because he is currently doing a long play, I guess, of it.
So
yes.
So you can check that out.
I'll check it out.
You'll check it out. Anyways, guys, that'll wrap up the show for this week. We went over a little bit, but hey, it's worth it for the hard-hitting questions like how Lantis feels about Halo. We'll get those every week, I'm sure, about various games. And I'm sure we'll get one about Chrono Cross next week.
Oh, done. I'm on. Headsets off. Walking away. Bye.
He left the room, too.
He's out.
I'm out. As always, you can contact us at our email, which is RPGMMagCast@gmail.com with questions, comments, suggestions, whatever. And we'll put it in the last segment of the show. And we also have our Twitch TV, which is twitchtv.com/RPGMMag. And we have Google+, we have Twitter, and we are at the MagCast. Google Plus isn't really relevant because no one uses it really. But if you want to use Twitter, you can ask a question there. And that's easier for people.
I've already made a tweet, by the way.
I hope you have.
Oh boy.
Tweetly.
Nice.
Tweeting.
Oh boy.
The future is now.
And as usual, you can catch all the episodes for now on YouTube. And our username is RPGMMag there as well. And we'll also probably start doing after shows, which will be on Twitch TV to start with. And then we will transfer those to YouTube of just off the cuff stuff.
Nice.
But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and till next time, guys.
See ya.
So long.
You guys suck.
And for Lantis.
Gotta do it for Madden.